prefer to take out debt instead of just paying cash is to maximize their returns. Given that they're already rich, they're well aware of how to produce significant returns on their money. Whether it be investing in commercial real estate, investing in stocks, or putting it all towards another business, these guys are experts at consistently beating the market. Take Tesla, for example. Since they went public in 2010, the stock has grown from $4.15 to $870 today. This comes out to an impressive 200x return in 12 years on an annual rate of return of 54.5%. And that's just the returns that Tesla has produced as a public company. Usually, the majority of gains are made before companies go public. So, for it to make financial sense for Elon to sell his Tesla stock and let's say buy Twitter, Twitter would have to reliably produce more than 54.5% per year. Now, of course, Tesla isn't going to grow at this rate forever, but I think you get the point. Twitter would have to consistently beat Tesla's annual return for it to be a worthwhile investment. And the truth is, this is not very likely. First of all, it doesn't seem like Elon is even buying Twitter to make money. It looks like he's buying it for social reasons and to hopefully create change.
That we want to be just very reluctant to delete things, just be very cautious with permanent bans. And a good sign as to whether there's free speech is someone you don't like allowed to say something you don't like.
So while Twitter may naturally grow to $100 billion under Elon's leadership, it's not likely that it becomes like Facebook and reaches a $1 trillion market cap or anything. So from Elon's perspective, it makes sense to minimize the capital that he does tie up with Twitter, given that it's just a side project. The same principle applies to much smaller purchases as well. For example, let's go back to Elon's $61 million mortgage, which took place in early 2019. At the time, Tesla was just starting to recover from production trauma and nearly going bankrupt. And shortly after Elon took out these mortgages, Tesla stock actually plummeted to just $36 per share in June of 2019. Now, imagine if Elon decided to sell $61 million worth of Tesla stock to pay for his properties instead of taking out a mortgage. Since this low in 2019, Tesla stock has grown nearly 23x, meaning that $61 million would now be worth $1.403 billion. Even if we assume that the properties appreciated to $100 million, Elon would have left $1.3 billion on the table, and that's not even including future growth. This argument becomes even more relevant when you're talking about depreciating assets like a private jet or a yacht. Such purchases are basically guaranteed to lose 70 to 80% of their value if you own them for a long period of time. So it makes no sense to pay for these purchases upfront. The only reason you would pay for them upfront is some sort of peace of mind. But in terms of returns, taking out debt is absolutely the way to go. Aside from trying to maximize returns, one of the key reasons billionaires take out debt is because they have no choice. While they may have tens of billions or hundreds of billions on paper, the vast majority of this is simply paperwork and completely illiquid. For example, over the past week, Elon sold $8.4 billion worth of Tesla stock to raise the cash that he committed to put up for Twitter. This sale itself caused Tesla stock to fall 12% in a single day. Imagine if Elon had to sell 5 times that amount to raise the full cash required to buy Twitter. By the time he was done selling, Tesla would likely be down 60 to 70%, if not more. Aside from plummeting the shares of his own company, he would have to deal with so much backlash from Tesla shareholders. Many Tesla shareholders are already pissed off that Elon sold Tesla stock to buy Twitter. To many of them, Twitter not only seems like an unfavorable exchange, but it also seems like an unnecessary distraction. And they haven't been scared to pull back their thoughts either. This one Twitter user posted, "I don't like that you sold shares, Elon. Your money is not the last one out. I know people who got margin calls